Dear child, I want you to know from the very beginning that you did not arrive here by accident. There is nothing random about this moment. The universe has been guiding your steps, and the angels have been gently leading your path so that you would arrive right here, right now, exactly when your heart was ready to hear this message. There is something important meant for you today, something your spirit has been quietly asking for. You have been searching for a sign. You have been questioning your intuition, wondering if what you feel is real or if your mind has been creating stories to protect your heart. You have looked for answers in silence, in prayer, in late night thoughts, and in moments where you felt unsure and tired of waiting. The angels want you to hear this clearly. You are not imagining it. What you feel is real. This message is your confirmation. It is the answer you have been asking the universe for, even if you didn't know how to put it into words. Please stay with this message until the end, not because of curiosity, but because what is unfolding beneath the surface is deeper than what can be seen with the eyes. If you leave too early, you may miss the part that brings peace to your heart and clarity to your mind. The angels are not only offering reassurance today, they are offering understanding. Dear child, the angels have been watching over your specific person, your soulmate. They have seen what you could not see. They witnessed a night that changed everything, a moment that marked a turning point in both of your lives. It was not dramatic on the outside. Nothing obvious may have happened, but on the inside, something cracked open, something shifted, something woke up. You may be wondering if you missed your chance, if something ended, or if the silence means it's over. Take a deep breath. It is not over. What happened was not an ending. It was a beginning that needed to happen quietly so that the truth could rise without interference. That night, your soulmate experienced a deep awakening. In the stillness, when distractions faded, their hearts spoke. The angels were there, unseen but present, witnessing every thought, every emotion, every moment of resistance. What rose inside them was not new. It was ancient. It was written long before you ever met. But that night, they could no longer ignore it. Sometimes awakenings do not come with chaos or noise. Sometimes they arrive like a soft whisper that becomes louder than anything else. That whisper told them something they had been avoiding for a long time. It told them the truth about what was missing in their life, and that truth was you. At first, they tried to dismiss it. They told themselves they were tired, emotional, or overthinking. They tried to bury the feeling under routine, work, people, and distractions. They tried to move forward as if nothing had changed. But the more they tried to push it away, the stronger it became. It followed them into quiet moments. It echoed in their chest. It became impossible to escape. There was a moment, brief but powerful, when time seemed to pause. In that stillness, their heart overruled their mind. Logic fell silent. Excuses stopped working. They felt a deep emptiness, not because their life was falling apart, but because something essential was missing. They looked at their world and realized that even if everything seemed fine on the surface, it did not feel right without you. They understood something that night that changed everything. Life without you feels dull. Joy without you feels incomplete. The colors fade when you are not there. And that realization frightened them because it meant admitting the truth they had been fighting. Their heart belongs to you. It always has. Now, dear soul, I know the confusion you may be feeling. If this is true, you may wonder why they seem distant, quiet, or unsure. You may feel hurt by the silence. You may question your worth or replay conversations in your mind, wondering what you did wrong. The angels want you to listen with compassion now. Your soulmate is afraid. When a love this deep awakens, it does not always feel safe. It can feel overwhelming. It can challenge someone's sense of control, identity, and emotional defenses. This love asks them to be honest in ways they have avoided. It asks them to feel deeply instead of staying protected. It asks them to grow, so they retreat, not because they don't care, but because they care so much that it terrifies them. The distance you feel is not rejection, it is protection. They are building walls because they feel exposed. They are overwhelmed by emotions they did not plan for and do not yet know how to handle. This connection has shown them parts of themselves they were not ready to face. While they are processing, you may feel abandoned or forgotten. You may feel like you are standing alone on the other side of the silence. The angels want you to know that this silence is not emptiness. It is transformation. What happened that night was a revelation. It shattered the illusion they were living in. They can no longer pretend they are unaffected. They can no longer lie to themselves. Their heart has spoken, and once the heart speaks this clearly, it cannot be unheard. Now their mind is fighting. The mind craves safety, predictability, and control. It wants familiar ground. This love, however, is wild, deep, and transformative. It does not fit into old patterns. It asks them to step beyond comfort and into truth. That is why there is an internal war happening inside them right now. Their heart is pulling them toward you. Their mind is holding them back with fear. Fear of change, fear of vulnerability, fear of being wrong, fear of losing control, fear of loving this deeply and not knowing how it will end. So they freeze, not because they don't love you, but because the love feels too powerful to handle. They are not fighting you. They are fighting the old version of themselves, the version that learned to suppress emotions, the version that chose safety over truth. That version is breaking down, making room for someone new. This stage feels confusing, painful, and slow. But the angels say, this is not the end. This is the cocoon. A cocoon looks like stillness. It looks like silence. It looks like nothing is happening. But inside, everything is changing. That night cracked something open that cannot be closed again. They realized that no matter where they go or who they are with, their heart is not fully present. It is with you. The pain of your absence revealed the truth more clearly than anything else could. The angels have seen them wake up thinking about you. They have seen them try to focus on daily life while their thoughts drift back to memories of you. They have seen the ache in their chest when they look at the sky or sit alone. They have seen the moments when they wanted to reach out, but fear stopped them. Please understand this, dear soul. They are overwhelmed, not indifferent. Accepting this love means letting go of a life that once felt safe, even if it never truly fulfilled them. It means facing emotions they have spent years avoiding. It means becoming vulnerable in ways they have never allowed themselves to be. That is why patience is needed now. I know waiting hurts. I know uncertainty is exhausting, but even in silence, their heart is louder than ever in the spiritual realm. The bond has not weakened, it has deepened. They stand at a crossroads. They can no longer deny the truth, but they are still learning how to live it. Like a bird that has been in a cage for too long, they are afraid to fly even though the door is open. Freedom feels unfamiliar, and love like this feels like freedom. The angels want you to stay grounded, stay open, but do not let fear control your thoughts. Do not assume the worst. Do not let doubt convince you that you are unimportant or forgotten. You are not. The reason they are pulling away is fear, not lack of love. Their heart has already chosen. Their mind is still catching up. They have finally seen the truth, and instead of running toward it, they are standing still, blinded by how bright it is. Not because they don't love you, but because they were not prepared for how deep this connection truly is. And yet, it is real, it is powerful, and it is changing both of you, whether you can see it yet or not. They believed they were in control of their emotions. They truly thought they could manage this connection, keep it contained, or quietly move on from it. They told themselves they were strong enough to choose differently, to follow a safer path, to find happiness that didn't shake their entire world. But that night changed everything. Something inside them shifted in a way they could no longer ignore. It wasn't dramatic on the outside, but internally, it broke through walls they had built for years. It forced them to face a truth they had been avoiding. This love is stronger than their will, stronger than their plans, stronger than their fear. For a long time, your soulmate tried to convince themselves that you were only part of their past. They told themselves that what they felt wasn't special, that it could be replaced, that time would dull it. They tried to believe that choosing someone else or something easier would make the ache disappear. They tried to move forward, to distract themselves, to stay busy, to look confident and unaffected. But after that night, everything they believed fell apart. They realized that everything they were searching for elsewhere was something they had already found with you. The connection, the peace, the depth, the feeling of being truly seen. It was never missing. It was you. That realization didn't bring them relief. It shook them deeply, because accepting that truth means they can no longer pretend. It means they have to face feelings that go far beyond comfort or logic. Accepting this love feels like stepping into something unknown. It feels like surrendering control. There are no guarantees, no clear rules, no safety net, just destiny pulling them forward, whether they feel ready or not. And that is terrifying for someone who relies on control to feel safe. That is why they are pulling back now. Not because they don't care, not because they don't miss you, not because they stopped wanting you. They are pulling back because they are afraid of how deeply they want you. They are afraid of how much power this love has over them. They are afraid of what will happen if they fully admit the truth. Because this is not a surface level love. This is the kind of love that changes you. It asks you to be honest. It asks you to be vulnerable. It asks you to drop the mask and stand fully exposed. And right now, they are struggling to do that. The angels have shown that your soulmate wakes up thinking about you. Before the day even begins, you are already there in their thoughts. They feel your presence even when nothing is said, even when there is silence, even when there is distance. They try to distract themselves with work, with people, with noise, with anything that can keep their mind busy. But no matter what they do, they always end up back at you. Every road leads back to your energy. Every quiet moment brings your name back to their heart. You are not just a passing thought to them. You are woven into everything. In the pauses between conversations, in the stillness of the night, in the moments when they stop performing for the world, when they are alone with themselves, the truth speaks loudly. You are there when they wake up. You are there when they go to sleep. Even when they try to push you away, they carry you with them. But loving you does not feel simple to them. It feels like a complete transformation. And transformation is uncomfortable. It asks them to face old wounds, old fears, old habits of protecting themselves. It requires emotional exposure they are not used to. They have armor around their heart for a reason. Past pain taught them to guard themselves. Past losses taught them to stay controlled. Past disappointments taught them not to trust too deeply. And now this connection is pressing against that armor, cracking it open. They feel pulled toward you and frightened at the same time. So when you see distance, silence, or hesitation, do not assume it means rejection. The angels want you to know this is not the end. Their distance does not mean they don't care. Their silence does not mean they have forgotten you. Their hesitation does not mean they chose someone else. If this connection meant nothing, they would have walked away easily. If this love was shallow, they would have replaced it without pain. The fact that they are struggling, conflicted, and torn is proof of how deep and real this bond is. I know the waiting hurts. I know it makes you question yourself. I know you want answers, clarity, and reassurance. You wonder why someone who feels so deeply could stay quiet. You wonder why love feels delayed when it feels so strong. Those questions are heavy, and your feelings are valid. But remember this truth: what is meant for you cannot be taken from you. What is divinely connected cannot be erased by fear. What is written for you will return to you. Right now, your soulmate is standing in front of a door they are afraid to open, because once they open it, there is no going back. Once they speak the truth, everything changes. Once they admit what they feel, the illusion of control disappears. And that scares them more than silence ever could. Not because the love is wrong, but because it is powerful. The angels have shown that the decision has already been made in their heart. Even if their mind is still resisting, deep down they know. They know there is no one else. They know they cannot replace you. That night confirmed it. That moment revealed what their soul already understood. They tried to explain it away with logic. They tried to reason with themselves. They tried to tell themselves it didn't mean anything. But love does not follow logic. A soul connection cannot be analyzed away. This bond is bigger than explanation. It is divine.